Check this out. Package came this week. Super excited about it. It's the adapter for my Buick transmission to the LS motor. So I haven't opened it all the way yet, but it looks like we got everything, I'm hoping. So I ordered a flex plate, which I'm imagining that's a flex plate. It's a kit that comes with a spacer and all the bolts for the LS to GM transmission. And then I'm imagining this is the adapter plate right here. So we'll open them up and check them out. So just open this one up. And that's my flex plate. Like I said, there's a spacer. So the snout of the torque converter on the older GM transmissions, it's a little bit smaller than the hole that's on the newer LS's. So you have to have this spacer right here. It goes in between it and it'll hold the torque converter up. If you don't have it, the torque converter will actually be able to move up and down, and it will cause a bunch of vibration issues. So that's why I needed this. And also this flex plate here, I had to change the flex plate because the 3-bolt torque converter on those older transmissions, those older Buick transmissions, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, and even the older Chevy transmissions, the Turbo 350 I should say, the bolt hole is actually smaller on the torque converter side. So for the LS, if you have just an LS flex plate, you have to Dremel and oblong these out. And if you don't have the spacer and you don't have these bolt holes holding it up, then you're gonna have some major vibration issues. So that's why I went and bought the flex plate. I think the flex plate and the adapter kit all together, it was like $276 with shipping from Summit. So it's cheap enough that it's like, yeah, let's do it. Next, I'm opening up the bell housing adapter. So this one is for, I believe, Buick, Pontiac, Olds transmission to small block Chevy engine adapter kit. So it's just my adapter plate. And then it comes with the bolts and washers and nuts and whatever else you'll need to actually adapt it over onto the transmission. So I'm not sure if I'll use my old bell housing bolts as well. I'm assuming I will. I think these are just to help bolt the actual adapter on. I haven't done this before, but I have a friend that's done it, and he says that there's one bolt on the LS engine that you can't use with this adapter plate. So you'll only have 5 engine bolts or bell housing bolts instead of 6. But it holds up fine and everything still works. So one thing I forgot to mention that I bought from Amazon, we're going to try it out, see if they work. I got LS universal engine mounts. So it has the stock engine mounts, rubber mounts right now. The problem is with those in my buggy, the engine flexes a lot the way the drivetrain's set up. So those engine mounts will actually it'll rip the rubber, and then the engine will be standing straight up. So I wanted to get some stronger mounts and something a little more universal. So we went on Amazon and found these for $50. I don't know how much horsepower they're supposed to hold up to or anything, but I'm just gonna run a cam in that motor for now. So I'm hoping they'll be all right. But this bolts onto the side of the engine, and then you have your 2 plates here for each mount, your bolts, and then you can just weld these wherever you need them. So it's pretty universal. That's one thing I love about LS is it's super universal. Everything you need to buy is most likely online. If you haven't done it, someone else has definitely done it before. So it just makes things a lot easier. Yeah, we'll have to see if those engine mounts work. Like I said, they're from Amazon, so if they break, I'm not really super sad. But it looks like there's some reinforcing I can do to them if they do break, but we'll kind of figure that out as we go. All right, next thing I need to do is I'm gonna be pulling all the stuff off this engine, kind of ripping it down bare, so that way it can fit inside the dune buggy easier. And then I'm just gonna kind of mock everything up, and then I'm gonna have to pull it back out, put the cam in it, all the other stuff. So the goal for today is to get this engine mounted. So we'll see what happens. So I got the engine all tore down, not all tore down, but all the big things that are gonna be my way when I put it in the buggy. And now I'm gonna pull the motor mounts off, and I'm gonna put those new ones I got off Amazon on. And so we'll see how they bolt up and see if they're gonna work. So I got the old mounts off. Here's my new mounts that I got from Amazon. We're gonna bolt them up and just see if they're any good. I heard a few reviews say you have to oblong the holes out a little more, but hopefully I won't have to do that. But if not, not a big deal. Yep, I'm gonna have to oblong the holes out a little bit, so we'll get that done. All right, so we got it all mounted up to the drill press. I got a little bit bigger size of a drill bit. Hopefully that'll oblong it enough so I can fit those bolts in there. It's just barely too small of a bolt pattern, so I think it'll be perfect once I just drill it out just barely more. So we'll kind of get you in closer here. So that's what I've got there. Well, guess you got to plug it in. That helps.
Oh, man!
One down, 3 to go. New holes drilled. Let's see if we got the right size this time. Looks like we're gonna have to go barely more. All right, drilled it one more time. Let's see if I got it right. Look at that. Awesome. Sweet. All right, just so you guys know, the drill bit that I used was a 15-30 seconds, and that was just about perfect. All right, well, I got this last one to do, or the other side, since that size worked. I'm just gonna do the same thing. All right, got all the engine mounts mounted up, or bolted on at least. And they look pretty good. I'm a big fan of red, so I'm liking it. So I just had to drill those out, and then they fit. But I mean, really, for $50, you can't go wrong. It would have taken me maybe a whole day to build something like this, maybe half a day. You know, drilling those out was probably like 20 minutes. So definitely still worth it.